Hello ladies, how are you doing? Say my connection's weak, so I'm hoping it's going to be okay. I'll just carry on. Hey, how are y'all doing? Haven't seen you for a while. Just wanted to come on live and talk about HRT. Have you all had a good week? It's been really rainy here. It's been cold. And I woke up this morning and there was snow on the ground. I just couldn't believe it. It's like spring. It's nearly all melted now though. It came out really sunny this afternoon, so that was good. But yeah, it's been cold and rainy and grey. So I think we're going to get some sunshine this weekend, so I hope you're all going to get some sunshine. Okay, so I'm just a second. Just seeing if there's anybody there. Okay, I'm going to get started. See if anybody wants to come on, or you want to catch the replay. Then that's cool. So HRT stands for Hormone Replacement Therapy, and I think a lot of ladies associate HRT with risk of cancer and maybe heart disease, and you start getting a bit nervous about it. So I just wanted to come on and just talk about your options and just put your mind at rest regarding HRT, and that is not everybody's at risk, and it depends. There's lots of different things. I'm going to talk about it with you tonight, all the different options. Depends on how long you take it and things like that, and how healthy you are and things. So technology has moved on quite a lot, and there's quite a lot of options now. There's quite a few good options available now, and so there's BHRT as well as HRT, which means bioidentical hormones. So what are bioidentical hormones? They are hormones that are more suited to our body. They work. It's what our body makes. They're more suited to what our body makes and to our body's molecules. So they will fit together better in the body. The body will recognise it better, and it will work better, and you'll get less or fewer side effects from bioidentical hormone replacement. With the synthetic hormone replacement, it's not matching your own body's molecules, and you're more at risk of some unpleasant side effects, and they don't always work very efficiently either. So there's two types of hormone replacement. There's just estrogen hormone replacement, and there's also combined hormone replacement. And the combined one is when you get progesterone as well as estrogen. So that's important. And some women don't, they don't need to consider HRT. They can get through perimenopause. They can go through menopause, go through those years, and they can control the symptoms with diet, with supplements, with herbs, with lifestyle changes, with stress level reductions. So sometimes HRT, you don't have to consider it. It just depends who you are and your symptoms involved. It's also important to note if you have a uterus or not. If you've had a partial hysterectomy and you've had your uterus taken away and part of your cervix taken away, then if that's you, then you don't have to take progesterone either. You only have to take estrogen, you don't have to take progesterone, the combined. The reason being is, if you still have your uterus, the estrogen makes the lining of your uterus thicker. So if you take estrogen without progesterone, when you still have your uterus, then you're more at risk of the lining getting thicker in your womb, and that puts you at risk of uterine cancer. So that's the reason why you have to take estrogen and progesterone together if you still have your uterus, if you still have your uterus, your womb. So that's another thing you need to consider as well. So also when you want to consider HRT, you need to sit down with your gynecologist and talk about the risks involved, which I touched on earlier, which is breast cancer, uterine cancer, heart disease, stroke, blood clots, liver disease, all these things you need to discuss with the gynecologist as well when you're considering HRT. And you can't take HRT if you're at risk of blood clots and you have cancer which is dependent on estrogen or worsened by estrogen as well. You can talk about the dosage with the gynecologist, because now available you can start on very low dosages. So that's always an option. You can, if you want to go down the route of if you're still in perimenopause, this is the ladies that are in perimenopause, if you want to go down the combined route of HRT, then you won't have a bleed in your cycle. But if you wanted to take just the estrogen HRT and do the progesterone separate, you can work it so you just take the progesterone in the second part of your cycle, and then you can stop and then you have a period and have a bleed. So you can have a menstruation, or you can choose not to. It's you. So that's another option to consider too. So what is available? So first I want to talk about the pills. These are bioidentical and synthetic. You can get both in all of these. And I would always choose the bioidentical, which is more suited to what your body makes. It's more natural. So the most popular pill, I would say, for estrogen is the synthetic Premarin. It's called Premarin, and that is actually made from pregnant mare's urine. Would you believe? Yes, that is true. It's made and it contains all three of the estrogens as well. With the pills, this has to be digested, it has to go through your digestive tract and also through your liver. So the pills are more of a high dose because of that, because you might lose some of the estrogen through the digestive tract. Sometimes if your digestion is not strong and it's not picking it all up and it doesn't get into your system, into your bloodstream. So that's why it's a high dosage. And that also puts you at risk for blood clots as well, because it's going through your liver. So that's something to consider about taking the pills. The next one is skin patch, which is transdermal. So it sinks into your skin. So this is a much better option to reduce the risk of blood clots, because it doesn't go through your liver, it doesn't go through your digestive tract. It goes straight into your skin, straight into your bloodstream, that way. They can be sometimes a bit tricky if you're trying to keep the patch stuck onto your skin. Sometimes it might come off or fall off, you're not aware of it. Also, you might have sensitive skin and it might cause you a skin irritation. So that might be something to consider when you're thinking about the patch as well. But you will have a lesser risk of cancer and heart disease and stroke with the patch, because you can start on a low dose, so that lessens the risk as well. There's something called there's the gel next, which the gel usually comes in a pump dispenser, and it's a controlled amount. You just pump it out and then you wipe it on your skin. Doesn't matter whereabouts on your skin that you put it. So you just make sure that you spread it out really, really evenly, so it sinks in really well. And then it's important that you don't wash it off afterwards. So you don't put it on, then you go have a bath or a shower. So you want to put it on after you've had a wash, so it has time to sink into your skin. You're not washing it off straight away. So that's important. You need to pay attention to that as well. And also, do not put it on your breasts, and do not put it inside your vagina either. It's just meant for your skin. So there's lotions and creams or sprays as well. So these are similar to the gel. They could come in a pump action, and you get a controlled amount to put on your skin, so it's all controlled. So as to how much you put on, you can't put too much. The spray, it will come in it's like a big like a mold, and you like a cover. You put it on your skin, and then you press the button to spray, and it will just spray underneath that container bit. It just sprays onto that area, so it doesn't go all over the place. It's contained in this little. It's like a little cap that goes over your skin, so it's just sprayed into that area underneath the cap, and then you take the cap off, and then it sinks into your skin that way. So that's the spray as well. And so next we have the vaginal ring, which usually is called the fem ring. And it's similar. It's like a round shape, and it's like made of plastic. If you think about a seal on a jar or something like that, it's a seal, and that just fits inside your vagina. And it's flexible, so you bend it. You use your hands, you bend it, put it inside your vagina, and then you let go of it, and it just fits around the inside of the vagina. And so you can't feel it, your partner can't feel it when you're having sex. So that's one thing that you want to consider as well. I quite like the fem ring, because the fem ring works well in the vagina if you have vaginal dryness, and so it helps with your sex life as well. So it's very, very good. And I also like it because if you need some extra help with your symptoms, it also goes into your bloodstream at a low dose, so you can get benefits from benefiting vaginal health and in your hormonal health, because it goes into your bloodstream as well. So the fem ring is quite a good option to consider because of those two things. It lasts up to 3 months, and then you have to replace it every 3 months. There are different ones as well. So if you just want to get the one that works in your vagina, you don't want any other help with hormonal symptoms in your body, it doesn't go into your bloodstream, you can ask for that one as well. So you can discuss the options and which one you want to take. But there's also a vaginal tablet, which is a really low dose. And all these estrogens are the bioidentical ones. They are estradiol. Because you have 3 estrogens, if you remember. So the estradiol is the most prominent estrogen in your menstruation years, in your younger years, when you're still menstruating. So these estrogen products are estradiol. So yes, the tablet, it's like a tampon, and it comes in like a blue tube with a tablet at the end of it. So you put it inside your vagina like you would a tampon, to put a tampon in, and then you just click it, and it clicks into place. So that just works in your vagina. It doesn't get into your bloodstream, it doesn't go into your body. It just works in your vagina to keep your vagina moist. If you're suffering with dryness, with irritation, itchiness, it's excellent for that. It's at a very low dose. So that's something that's really, really good. That if you don't want to take the full HRT, and then that's something to consider. So I think it's excellent. And that's estradiol. You can also get the cream as well, which is similar to the tablet, only it's a cream. And you get like a syringe and a tube of cream, and you press the cream into the syringe, and on the syringe it'll tell you the dose, how much to put in, and then you just put that like the tampon the same, you just put it inside and squeeze it, and it goes inside your vagina. And with the cream, it's not like the tablet. The cream will sometimes go into the bloodstream as well, but it's not controlled. It's a bit unpredictable as to how the cream works. The cream might go in, it might not get it might not get much at all. So the fem ring is better that way, because it will get into your bloodstream. So with the cream, it's a bit unpredictable. So that's something else you want to consider as well. And the cream is a higher dosage than the tablet, which just works in the vagina, because you don't want a high dose when it's just working on the vagina. I'm just going through my notes. So like I said before, if you still have your uterus, you need to consider when you're taking the creams or anything, the estrogen fem rings, that you're taking progesterone as well. If you'd like to know the progesterone cream that I like, the site that I recommend, then let me know, and I'll put the link below this video. I'll let you know where you can buy that progesterone cream, if you don't want to get it from your doctor, because you can get from your gynecologist. You can get it. You can get pharmaceutical bioidentical hormones now with the gynecologist on prescription, so that's good news as well. Because another thing as well, if you're buying from a retailer online, you're buying from somebody else, you don't really know if it's been tested properly, what's in there, if there's a safety labelling on it. So sometimes it's better to go with the prescription. They say no, it's been FDA approved and it's safe. But this progesterone cream from this website, I know that it's good, and there's been some good reviews about it as well. The test you want to test, your gynecologist will do either a saliva test or a blood test to test your hormone levels, and then they'll give you prescriptions to what sort of dosage that you want for the HRT. I think the saliva test has been known to work better than the blood test, a bit more. It works better, but you have to take into consideration as well that when perimenopause, your hormones are up and down all over the place, and you can't always get an accurate reading as to how where you are with your levels. It's very, very difficult. So it's much harder to get the dosage right. But if you start low, you can always go higher if it's not affecting you, if you're not feeling the benefits. So yeah, just discuss it with your gynecologist, and they will start you off low and see how you get on. I just want to read a quote from the menopause.org website about HRT. And it says, although there's risks of blood clots and strokes increase with either type of hormone therapy, the risk is rare if you're aged between 50 and 59 age group. An increased risk in breast cancer is seen if you're taking HRT for 5 or more years. Or continuous use of estrogen and progesterone therapy, and possibly earlier. The risk decreases after hormone therapy is stopped, obviously. The risk decreases due to the use of estrogen alone for an average of 7 years in women from the Women's Health Initiative. As I said, they had a trial, and it didn't increase the risk of breast cancer if you don't have a uterus and you're just taking estrogen on its own. That's quite interesting to read that. I think you're probably more prone to be, when you get older, like if you get over the age of 59 and you're getting older, that's when you start being more at risk of cancer and heart disease and things like that. But I think that's normal anyway, because depending on how you live your life, your diet, your lifestyle, the way that you think, the way that you live your life, your stress levels, all this plays a part in your health, in the risk of stroke when you're getting older, when you get over the age of 60. That plays a part as well. It's not just HRT. So it's important if you do consider HRT that you're wanting to make sure your diet's healthy, your stress levels are low, you're working out, you're keeping fit, you're a healthy person. So that lowers the risk anyway for anybody, even men. It's not just for women taking HRT. So it's all. So the bottom line here is hormone therapy is an acceptable option for the relatively young up to age 59 or within 10 years of menopause, and healthy women who are bothered by moderate to severe menopausal symptoms. Individualization is key in the decision to use hormone therapy. Consideration should be given to the woman's quality of life, and the priorities as well as her personal risk factors such as age, time since menopause, and her risk of blood clots, heart disease, stroke and breast cancer. So there you have it, ladies. That's HRT and all your options there. So I hope that you're happy with that. I hope that's helped you and in your decision. And if you want me to, what I'm doing at the moment, I'm putting together all this information that I've just told you in a PDF format, so you can download it and read it yourself. if you don't want to write it all out. I'm preparing a PDF for you. And I'll put that in the link when I've completed it. It's nearly finished. And so you can download it and you can keep it and you can read it. And if you want to go to see your gynaecologist, then you're prepared, then you've got some notes, you've sort of got an idea of your options, and you're not feeling stressed out, you're not feeling a bit uptight, seeing the gynaecologist and being pressured into doing something you don't want to do, and you go in with like a preparation sort of thing. You sort of prepared yourself and looked into it beforehand. So if you want to ask me any questions, please do so, leave a comment below, or if you want to send me a private message, then I'm quite happy to answer any questions that you've got. I'm going to start doing some regular lives now every week. I think next week might be Thursday, because I'm getting ready to travel to the UK on Friday. So, but I'll be letting you know during next week what I'm going to talk about. And I'll be going into the group during the week as well and posting things. So okay, so I'm going to go, and I hope you have a good weekend. And yeah, take care. See you again. See you then. Bye.